Galaxy Next Generation has been on fire this week. From the releasing of all of this news about them being out of debt, from this big agreement that they just came to from an institutional investor, from them releasing G2 visual alerts, they have been making absolute waves. Well, earlier today we did get a video from the London investor where he did have an exclusive interview with the CFO of Galaxy Next Generation. If you do want to watch the entire video, the entire 26-minute long video, definitely go over and head to his channel. I will link it down below. Go check it out. It has some great things in it. What I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to take some of the information that the CFO shared with us, and I'm just going to give my opinion about it. I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff that she talked about, and then see how that I believe that this could affect the company. So again, if you do want the full entire video, definitely go to the link below and go check that out. But again, we are going to just be doing a breakdown of the information that she shared and where I believe that this could put Galaxy Next Generation. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I know you guys have been absolutely loving this company recently. I know I personally am. I've invested into them. I started a position in them, and I really am fascinated with this company. I think that they are an amazing company with some amazing potential, and I'm very excited to bring it to you guys. If you guys do find value or entertainment in this video, you can let me know by smashing that like button. If you are new to the channel and you do want to show some support or show any type of appreciation, you can let me know by subscribing to the channel. And if you are new to the channel and if you have any recommendations, suggestions, criticism, anything like that, leave it in the comment section below. I will always reply there, and I get loads of video ideas from the comment section. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into some of this brand new information that we are receiving about Galaxy Next Generation, ticker symbol GAXY. So the first important topic that she talked about that we really weren't that informed about leading up until today was the different line of products that they have. Of course, Galaxy Next Generation's, their website is not necessarily the best, and there's really no good place for us to find all of their products at the moment. But she did go ahead and list out a lot of the different products that they have been selling and distributing a lot recently, and we'll go ahead and we'll check that out now. So she said a lot of their leading products are intercoms, emergency visual alerts, online learning softwares, in-person learning softwares, peripherals, class accessories, integrated PCs, integrated Androids, COVID shields, mounts, carts, and many others. So we can really get a good idea of what all they are offering to this classroom. It seems as if they're just creating a whole bunch of products that can just enhance the learning experience overall. And that is very, very interesting because we of course did get the information about G2 visual alerts and the Cove shields, but we really didn't know what some of their other top sellers were. And the fact that she talked about, they're selling a lot of these mounts and carts and these, integrated PCs. It is interesting to see how well diversified they have made this thing, because that will make them stand out as an ed tech company. Now, coming out of, all of this diversified product, what does that mean when it comes to competition? Well, this was something that they did discuss a little bit too, and I found it to be very, very interesting, the standpoint and the way that they are looking at competition. Well, right now, they believe that they do have some competition, especially whenever it comes to like their digital panels. The digital touch panels are obviously one of their leading products. And so whenever they come to that, there are some other companies that do compete with them and do dominate that industry when it comes to those interactive touch panels. But she said what makes them different and what makes them stand out is the fact that they have such a wide variety of different products that they're selling an overall enhanced classroom and educational experience. So whenever they're looking at institutional investors, when they're trying to make these deals, they're not just trying to compete than saying, my touch panel is better than their touch panel. The main selling point is the fact that this creates an overall more immersive classroom, and it creates an overall more enhanced learning environment. And I do believe that that is absolutely true, because whenever you look at these other companies which they may compete with when it comes to touch panels or Cove shields or any of these things, none of those companies are producing the same extensive line of products that this company is. And the fact that they are so capable of using all of these different products to create a more immersive classroom and learning environment, it does make them stand out in the competition and makes them a diamond in the rough for sure. So with all that being said, whenever it comes to, what exactly they have been doing with all of these products and their competition, well, how have they handled this entire situation with the pandemic? Well, it was actually very interesting to hear how she was speaking about it, because it seemed like the only thing that really did change was the way that they were marketing their company and their products. Because she was saying basically before the pandemic started and before everything happened, shutting down and all these lockdowns, they were doing a lot of in-person selling. They were going to these sellers, they were going to these distributors, they were going to these schools and school boards and going to auction shows and trading shows and all of these different places, and having their resellers go out there and show these products. Now, she said that whenever the pandemic did go into full effect, that they had to switch it up a bit. And actually what, the switch and the change that they made, I do believe could be very beneficial to the company going on into the future here. Because the switch that they made was a much more, online based way of marketing out their products, which is honestly realistically the future. Because don't get me wrong, I do love in-person selling because I believe that it creates a more personal experience for the customer and the producer. I think that relationship is built a little bit stronger whenever you're looking someone in the face and you're selling them your idea and your belief. But whenever it comes to being able to scale and whenever it comes to be able to expand this thing out in the future, of course, they are going to have to focus their targets on going a little bit more online, simply for the fact that whenever you're trying to reach people in maybe other countries and you're trying to market this thing internationally, it's a much harder to do that in person as it is at the touch of an email. Now, she talked about the fact that recently they did acquire CTS, which is another company, which is more of like a partner of theirs. And what CTS does, they have a lot of marketing experience. So that's allowed them to start to take, some of that marketing experience that CTS has to go on their email campaigns and, really start to place these ads online. And also they've been able to grow a lot of their consumer base online. Not only that, though, they are also working with CTS in order to grow up and do a complete overhaul of their website. She does believe that their website will be out and ready in about a week or two. So I am very, very excited to see that and see how they are going to, advertise and market a lot of their products, as it is an extensive list of products. And I want to see how they are planning to appeal to certain demographics. So I am very excited to see that. Of course, a video will come out whenever that is made up. But honestly, whenever we talk about the future, that is one thing that I'm really looking forward to, is the fact that this pandemic had made them realize that they needed to start to work on that online presence a bit. Because like I said, it is going to allow this company to scale. And now that they do have a partner who is experienced in this realm, and institutional investors who are going to be providing them with the funds to do these campaigns, I do believe that that could lead to some serious growth in consumers and serious growth in revenue. Now, speaking of the future, we are going to take a look at what she said about going into the future here, because I do think that it is super important. Now, the London investor asked her a question basically like, okay, we know you're an ed tech company. Are you focused more on schools, or what exactly is the focus of this company? And what she was basically talking about was the fact that this company is not specifically niched down into schooling. Now, it could be mistaken because whenever you say education tech, we kind of get the misconception that they're just talking about school education. But this can be education in many different fields. Just a few that she lists could be, police stations, fire stations, the military, on and on and on. There are a lot of different places where people need to be educated, even in corporate training centers. Whenever, maybe if you're going to work for a big business on the corporate side and they're training maybe a dozen to 24 people at a time, there are different products such as interactive touch panels, and all of these different things can be super beneficial to creating a more enhanced learning environment. Now, as an investor, I do believe that that is absolutely amazing. And I do think that the fact that they are focusing on growing this thing out, it really, really, really is a very good sign for the future. Because as a new company, and as a company who's only not been, they're honestly not been around that long, they could be happy with what they're doing right now, and they could just be very satisfied with the fact that they're growing out in the schooling industry and getting a lot of these orders from, school boards and everything like that. But the fact that they are working to expand these different products out past schooling is amazing, because just think about the increase in revenue that they could receive if they start to, also start not only focus on working with schools, but they're working with militaries and, police stations and hospitals and all of these different things, because that is one that she talked about as well, being hospitals with their visual alerts. If they were able to place these different visual alerts maybe in the rooms or anything like that, to where the patients could use their systems to alert the nurses whenever they needed help or anything, that could also be very beneficial. And they said that they are starting to get a lot of interactions with hospitals and a lot of interest from hospitals that are going to want to use their products maybe in the future here. So again, whenever their earnings reports do come out, it will be interesting to see if they do report where some of this revenue is coming from, because I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we do see a growth in industries outside of schooling. Now, on top of all of that growth in the future here, we can also expect, according to her, to see the growth in their international business. Now, of course, they have their partners in Canada, and they also have their partner in Australia. area. And so those two partners have been working diligently to get their products sold and distributed out into those two different countries. But again, at the same time, it will be interesting to see as they do start to focus on other countries such as the UK. Those countries also located around Europe, because the London investor did ask her, he was like, are y'all focusing anywhere in Europe? Are you looking to maybe get some type of distributor or customer out in the UK area? And she did say that they have been having very, very recent talks with people out in Europe. And so who knows, we could see some partnership form out in Europe as well. And that would be absolutely phenomenal, because that is a very big market. And last but not least, she did mention the fact that they are trying to uplist up into a major stock exchange in the US. They said that a lot of these different things that they have been working on, especially whenever they're getting over their convertible debt, and they're working on getting a lot of that toxic debt out, simply for the fact that it'll be more appealing, and they do believe that that'll give them some leverage and opportunity to get taken out of the OTC market and maybe put on the NASDAQ or the NYSE or something like that. She said that they are absolutely willing to do whatever it takes, whatever it takes necessary, especially with all the outstanding shares they have, whatever moves it is going to take to get that, boosted up into like the NASDAQ or the NYSE. She said they are willing to take those steps and that their goal is to get that done by 2021. Something I have noticed about this company is that when they say they are going to do something, they do it. I have not seen that they've missed any milestones yet. The goals that they've set, they have achieved, and I don't believe that that's stopping anytime soon. I absolutely love this company, and this interview with the CFO only made that better. So major shout out to the London investor. Thank you for that interview, my brother. That was absolutely phenomenal. Now, again, I did want to put this in the video before the end of the video to let you guys know I am talking about this company and I love this company and all this good stuff, but in no way is this financial advice or me telling you to go buy this company. Because whenever I say these penny stocks are very, very risky, they are very, very risky. It is very easy to lose a lot of money and it's very easy to win a lot of money. And it is a 50-50 at the end of the day. So if you are going to invest in a company like this one or a penny stock or just any company in general, make sure you understand the risk associated with that investment before you make financial decisions. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I had a blast watching that interview. It was an amazing interview. So again, shout out to the London investor. You did an amazing job, my friend. But I hope you guys did enjoy that video. Once again, if you did, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you have stuck around this far. If you have any stocks that you want me to check out, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure you'll be seeing me a few more times today, and so I will expect to see you in the next video. Peace.